Hi, Pete Shmigel here from Lifeline Australia, together with Alan Woodward, the Executive Director of the Lifeline Research Foundation. Our mission today is a very pleasant one, and that's to wish everyone in the Lifeline network, be they staff at centres, be they volunteers at centres, be they volunteers in our retail network, a very Merry Christmas and a lovely break during the summer holidays. It's been a tremendous year for Lifeline. We've been going through a great deal of change, but that hasn't stopped us from doing that which we are here to do most, and that's to help our help seekers and to prevent suicide. So we've picked up more calls than ever before. We've picked up calls more effectively than we've ever had before. We've had months where we've cleared 90% of calls answered, and at the same time we've gotten better in terms of managing some of our more challenging situations, whether that's abusive calls or our frequent callers, and how we can help them better. So I just want to thank you and congratulate everybody in the network for an outstanding year. But I think it's also very important that we reflect a little bit at this important time. And that is about our crisis supporters. They do an amazing job, but it's a really hard job. Alan has been doing some extraordinary work this year in terms of researching the needs of our crisis supporters, how they react to the phone calls, how they feel about their jobs. And Alan, I was wondering if you could perhaps at Christmas talk a little bit about how people might best self-care over the Christmas holidays.
Yes, well, Pete, we have had some very interesting research done this year, and really the credit goes to a lot of the telephone crisis supporters out there who participated in the survey research and the interviews that a PhD candidate, Tennille Kitchingman from University of Wollongong, has been doing for us. So this is really quite groundbreaking because there's actually virtually none in the way of research published around crisis line workers, remarkably. A handful of published papers only, and we've been able to do some ourselves with the help of our own people. But I guess what it's showing is that our own mental health and well-being as volunteers on a crisis line can be sometimes a challenge. And we're no different then to other workforces, health professional workforces, social work workforces. We're not bulletproof. And I think that's one of the things to be very mindful of as we think about our self-care. That is, we might find at times in our own lives, things are not going that well. We might find that our role as a crisis supporter may cause us distress, and sometimes even in unexpected ways. So yes, self-care is a really important aspect of how we do our work and our service. And therefore, take time to have breaks. Over this Christmas season, take time out, have a relaxing time, avoid the pressures and the build-up that come around this time of year. And in our role as crisis supporters, utilise the supervision and support that's available to you. Put your hand up for help in the same way that you encourage those help seekers to phone us. And above all, if you feel that you're really not travelling well, tell somebody about that, because Lifeline is here as much to support our volunteers as our help seekers.
I think these are important messages from Alan. We do a great job of looking after other people all through the course of the year, and of course we continue to do that at Christmas. But at the same time, all of you volunteers out there, please look after yourselves as well. Enjoy a lovely time and a loving time with your families, with your friends. Merry Christmas from everybody at Lifeline Australia.